I'm going to be showing you how to do this cute 3D shell with acrylic. Many people do it with gel, so I'd figure I would give it a try with acrylic. But before I start, I want to talk about a nail supply store located in Los Angeles. They have many products from organic to Mia Secrets, but one product I want to talk about in specific is their product. It's called Legacy Nails. I'll be using their Legacy Nails Monomer, powder, primer, bonder, and resin. The powder I'll be using is the clear powder. This will also be my first time using this product, so I actually want to see how it's going to turn out. I've never used this product before, and I will be putting a picture of the business card where you could go and check them out. They have a lot of different products, and the good thing is it's more like a wholesale price that you'll be getting them for. So you won't be paying retail, it'll just be like a wholesale. Um, but yeah, so here I am applying a chunky glitter acrylic mix that I made. It's really chunky, so I have to work with it. And I'm just patting it down side to side and just making sure it covers the full nail. Um, this design actually, I wanted to try something new. My friend here actually just gets plain nails all the time, so something cute. She actually did not know what I was going to do, and this was all a surprise at the end, and she actually liked it a lot. But yeah. Now for this now, I'm applying white acrylic. This nail actually is shaped almond. It's not coffin shaped like the rest of the nails. So the ring fingers, I left them in a almond shape. I'm actually applying thin layers of acrylic, a thin layer actually, because I'm going to encapsulate all these nails with the Legacy Nails clear acrylic powder. So here I'm just patting down. I actually used a lot of white on this one because this is the only nail that I'm not going to encapsulate. And just patting side to side, making sure the sides are nice and with the shape of the nail. I'm just taking off the excess right here. Okay, so in this nail, I'm actually getting a little bit of blue acrylic and also getting pink colored acrylic. And I'm just placing them wet beads just there, just patting those down together so that it could like mix. It's kind of like a marble effect, but it's really not a marble. It's just mixing both acrylics. Now with all these nails except for the white, we're gonna encapsulate, so make sure they're thin. You're not using so much product so that the nails won't look too bulky. um, but yeah, the reason why we're encapsulating this one is because we want to protect the design. So if you file over this, it's gonna literally just file the pattern that it ends up becoming. So you'll basically just take off the design. So right here we just want to do a little bit. Um, it's fine if it's in like lumpy in some areas, as long as it's thin and you're able to encapsulate and protect the design. It'll be fine. So for the middle finger, um, I actually didn't record that part, but what I just did was I added a cover acrylic. It's like a nude color. I created a nail bed because in that finger I'm going to be doing a French tip. So once it dried, I literally just went in with my file and I shaped the smile line. Um, Now here I'm just adding like a white glitter acrylic that I have. It's actually like chunky glitter, so I'm just patting it down, making sure I get the sides. And I'm sorry it's not focused well, but yeah, so I'm just like adding little by little. And after adding the chunky glitter, it's very light, so I wanted to have like a sheer pink over it. So what I did was I actually got a little bit of the pink acrylic that I'm using. I dipped my brush in the monomer, made sure it was like really wet, and I got a little bit of the color acrylic, and I just patted on the full French tip, basically the full top, over the white chunky glitter. And here I am using a chunky glitter again, but this time it's pink, and I'm just adding it on the whole thumb, just making sure I get the around the cuticle really nice. Since it's glitter, you don't want to leave like a big gap, and you want to make sure it's very nicely shaped with the cuticle. So you don't want to leave like one side like full with glitter, and then on the other side of the fingernail it's gonna look very empty. You want to make sure it's nice and full. So yeah, so I'm just adding more glitter to the nail. Now with this chunky glitter, I actually like I used to just place some and then like drag it down. Well, that was a big mistake because it would literally take off all the glitter. So I figured out that just by patting it little by little, um, you'll get more coverage of the glitter instead of just dragging the glitter off of the fingernail. Um, this also works with gel, like the chunky glitter. Like, it's better to just build it up than to just drag it off. But yeah, that's how it looks. And here I'm also going to add a seashell, and I'm going to encapsulate it. Um, there you go. The acrylic wasn't um, dry yet. It was still kind of wet, so I just pressed down on the shell. And I also did this on the pinky with the blue glitter. Here I'm just adding a little bit of resin to the blue one because I actually didn't do it while the acrylic was wet. I did this one very late. So I'm just adding a little bit of resin, and then I'm adding the little seashell. Um, and I'm adding a little bit of more glue so that it's like it stays once I add the acrylic and it doesn't slide off. Okay, so here I got my 3D brush. I dipped it in monomer and white acrylic, and I got a bead and I just pressed it. I pressed it down on the acrylic, and then I placed it on the nail. I tried not to get so much. While the acrylic was still wet, I went ahead and I shaped it with the side of my brush. I thinned it out so it goes from thick to thin. Towards the cuticle will be thin, towards the tip of the nail it will be thick, and I went ahead and I think I did 3 on each side and 1 in the middle, but all of them the same step. I dipped it in the white acrylic, I picked some up, and I placed it lightly on the nail. I did not drag it, and I did not put any pressure on the bead of acrylic. Once it started drying, I did kind of like tap the top of the acrylic, but I did not whatsoever put pressure while placing the bead of acrylic, because then you're just going to create, you're going to make it go flat. What you want is you want them to be sort of the same size and shape. So here I'm basically just patting this one down because I don't want it to stick out so much since it's the side of the nail. I did kind of notice that the more the wet the bead is, the better. I also applied a seashell stud right in the middle. And here you go. That's the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I also wanted to apologize. I'm kind of sick right now, and it is my first voiceover, so I do sound kind of weird. But yeah, thank you for watching.